You would never know the carnage that took place here 121 years ago. This is one of my very first cellar holes that I gained permission to. It's very peaceful here. You do hear traffic going by though, as it's on the corner of two roads. And here is the cellar hole of William and Mary's home. When they were married, Mary's father gave them this home that was built by her father and grandfather as a wedding gift. William was a farmer who had an apple orchard of about 1,000 trees. He farmed wheat and rye. He had livestock, some oxen for sure, as I've found oxen shoes. Mary was a housewife. She did a lot of canning and preserving, as I have found the old blue 1858 mason jar glass shards, and they had the lids that had the milk glass inserts. She was active in the local church as well as a member of the Maccabees. William's brother was visiting on this fateful day, probably helping his brother on the farm. It was probably just about dusk. The animals had been put up for the night, as it looked like a storm was brewing. The couple had probably just sat down to dinner when the storm arrived. Little did they know a tornado was about to turn their lives upside down. Mary and Nathaniel, William's brother, were killed. And William was very severely injured. This tornado had a track that went through 5 townships in almost 29 miles. It destroyed 2 of the small hamlets completely. There was nothing left of them. So I did research. I've researched this tornado for several years and gained the permission to this cellar hole. And that. Let me climb down here. So you can see that we've done a lot of excavating so far this summer. I have a friend, Zach, who has helped move a lot of the big heavy rocks because I wear a back brace. I'm not able to do it. It's an example of the shards of the milk glass, or the mason jar glass that we found in that. But in digging in the pit, we discovered there were huge pieces of ironstone crockery. So we started collecting them, and as you'll see in the pictures towards the end of the video, I reassembled my first one so far and glued it back together. There are many different eras of glass in this cellar hole. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm trying to balance on rocks. But this is the cistern Now, I don't know if it's always been open like this, but this is the side that would face inside the cellar. So, and I'll show you some pictures that I have that I took inside of it. But it also has an opening at the top. That's what I think is, well, really the side porch. I think that was the main entry to the house. Then the foundation goes all along there, all the way back there, and then back around here. And here's a panoramic view around the property. It is thick. Over there, there is another small, shallower foundation that I believe was an outbuilding. We have searched all this year, Zach and I, trying to find the well. And we still have not found the well. We have also probed all around the house, trying to find the outhouse. And we haven't found that yet. So we still have a lot of work to do because we've only excavated maybe 1/8 of the cellar hole. Okay, here is that other foundation that's much shallower. It's maybe 10 by 20. Pieces of a chimney stack that were thrown from the house during the tornado, probably 40 feet from the edge of the cellar hole. I have a question for you viewers. One thing I've noticed when I've been metal detecting, I haven't found a whole lot, but what I have found has only been on one side of the house. I'm assuming the tornado probably just sucked up everything from the other side. I don't know how this works. I've tried to contact a group that goes out metal detecting for homeowners to find lost mementos and jewelry after a tornado's gone through, but I haven't heard back from them. This storm was considered an F4 in today's standards, and I'm just curious, does anybody have any ideas? Is it even worth metal detecting? I'm thinking it is because the house was built in 1850, so there's, you know, a 46-year footprint under the ground before the tornado ever hit. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks.